So, one of the biggest questions I think a lot of wrestling fans have right now is basically as we head into WrestleMania next year, in Los Angeles, in Inglewood, if you will. The obvious question a lot of fans have is who's going to dethrone Roman? Who's going to beat him and take those championships away? Well, initially, it was going to be Cody. WWE had built everything on Cody, his return. They gave him everything from basically a similar, entrance at Mania that was identical, almost to a T, to his AEW entrances, but then they slimmed it down, took away the ramp, but still pretty much the same AEW-like entrance. From there on in, whenever he would wrestle or appear. So they gave him all that. They backed him up to the fullest, even when he got injured. Even when he got injured and everything, they still backed him up, and they still basically do. And everybody feels that even with Vince out of the picture, Triple H has enough respect for Cody and his family, mostly his dad, for helping him out in NXT, mentoring him on how to run the show, as well as mentoring the future talent, that he'd be willing to give Cody that opportunity that they promised him, and that's to be WWE Champion. But that was before, of course, Bray Wyatt made his return. And with everybody supporting Bray Wyatt, now the question is, where do you go from here? And with reports, going around from very reliable sources that plans are locked in, long-term storytelling plans are locked in, all the way to WrestleMania next year in Los Angeles and beyond that, one, you have to wonder what those plans, involve, who's involved, what's involved, and all that. But also, you have to wonder if part of those plans may involve Bray winning, at Mania against Roman. You have to wonder that. It's a bunch of questions that hopefully over the next several months get answered. And to me, honestly, I think there's only one scenario, one directive to go with when it comes to both Cody and Bray, in them being somewhat in similar situations. Because you got a lot of people that still believe Cody's going to be the one, should be the one. But now you have a lot of people feeling that with Bray back and the momentum he's getting, just like that, it's got to be Bray. And I'm not disagreeing or arguing with either opinion. But if you're going to get there, there's several ways to get there. And they're very reliable, very sensible ways. One, you have both men enter the Rumble. You may have it come down to both men in the Rumble, that being Cody and Bray. And then you go the route they've done with, Bret Hart and Lex Luger. You go, as well as the very identical route, almost identical route they went with Batista and John Cena. You have them both go over the top rope. But instead of restarting the match, you basically say, you know what? Both of you win. Both of you get your championship matches of the championships of your choosing, at WrestleMania. And you can have Cody come out on Raw and say he wants the WWE Championship and he wants it on WrestleMania Sunday, which opens the door for Bray to come out on SmackDown and say, okay, Cody's got Sunday, I'll take Saturday. And there you go. And you can even play into Bray's, gimmick or personalities or whatever we're getting with him now, to basically make him say that he prefers that beside, or something like along the lines of, since Cody chose Sunday, he'll choose Saturday, and that works out for him fine because part of him, or multiple parts of him, like Saturdays, mostly Saturday nights. So, you could play into that, with his gimmick, if he, if he ends up having more than likely WrestleMania Saturday as the night he closes out with Roman, because Cody would close out WrestleMania entirely on Sunday against Roman. So you could do it that way, or you can have Cody win the Rumble by eliminating Bray, causing Bray to be eliminated in some way that still makes Bray look strong, even in defeat, and then you have Bray later on SmackDown, or whatever special event you have it take place on, win some kind of contenders match, whether it's a chamber match, whether it's a tournament, a gauntlet, a battle royal, whatever the case is, you have them win it, And then you have him declare that since Cody chose WrestleMania Sunday to face Roman for the WWE title, he wants to face Roman on Saturday, for the Universal title, and he prefers Saturday, by the way, more than Sunday because Saturday nights are when, when true madness takes hold or something like that, or true wickedness takes hold. Whatever plays into his character. So you could do it that way too. But then the question comes along, do you take one title or both titles off Roman? And I think honestly the answer is you take both. But you do it in a way that makes Roman look strong in defeat. And what I mean by that is on Saturday you have him and Bray brawl, fight, and for a majority of the match you have Roman dominate, and just when it looks like he's going to hit the final blow, which could be a spear or a Superman punch, you have Bray pull out his typical pop-up, like he's popping up from the dead or from the grave. As soon as Roman's about to do his finisher, you have Bray do that, little pop-up, if you will, spook, basically spook, Roman, basically spook him, in his tracks, basically catch him off guard, and then by doing so, you have him hit Roman with either Sister Abigail. Either put the mandible claw on him, or utilize whatever new finisher he's going to have to beat Roman in the ring. So by doing it that way, not only do you keep, basically what I'm trying to say is, let me rewind here. Okay. Not only do you keep Roman looking strong, but you get the title off him as well, because basically by making him look strong, you're having him dominate a majority of the match until that ending, where Bray Wyatt pulls off that spooky supernatural sit-up or, just pop-up out of nowhere like nothing really hurt him, and then you have him beat Roman with either the mandible claw, Sister Abigail, or whatever new finisher he comes up with. And again, you have him win the championship, but you also have Roman look good in defeat. You have him look strong, basically. You maintain that, I guess you could say that momentum Roman currently has, even though he would have lost. And then you continue that same pattern on Sunday with Cody, but instead of just a brawl, you have them go out and have a great wrestling match, just like he did with Seth earlier this year, at Mania. You have them go out, have a great match, and you have Cody basically hit not one, not two, not three crossroads like he did to Seth at WrestleMania this year, which some feel made the finisher look weak, but then it kind of, retained itself, built itself back up the following month at Backlash with just one crossroads winning it for Cody. But again, you have Cody hit Roman with not one, not two, but not three, but you have him hit Roman with 6 crossroads. And by doing so, not only do you have Cody beat Roman for the championship after hitting him with 6 crossroads, but again, just like with Bray, you keep Roman looking strong even in defeat, and you keep that momentum behind Roman going strong even though he's lost. So that's basically what I think they should do, and I know I'm not the only one that would say that or would mind that at all, because when you think about it, what other scenario, what other directive do you have? And again, we don't know what these long-term plans for Bray, have included in them going into Mania. Because if it does include him, facing Roman for a championship, but you also want to keep the promise to Cody that he's going to be champion, I can't think of any other scenario, any other solution that could be, worth building to and booking up to than that. And again, you have several ways to get in there. You have the double elimination where both are declared co-winners, or you have Cody win straight up, the Royal Rumble. You have Bray win a match later on for the SmackDown brand. You have Cody after winning the Rumble or being a co-winner declare he's gonna, challenge Roman for the WWE title at WrestleMania Sunday, and then you have Bray after he's declared a co-winner or he wins his match, declare he's gonna face Roman on WrestleMania Saturday for the Universal title, and to play into his gimmick, he prefers Saturday more so than Sunday anyway. And there you go. And then at the same time, you have Roman, go out there, have some good matches with them. You have him dominate his match with Bray until the end, like I mentioned, where Bray does that little sit-up, pop-up, like everything Roman did to him just doesn't affect him now, or never affected him. And then you have him hit Roman with Sister Abigail, because Roman's going to be, spooked, caught off guard, to the point that Bray's going to hit him with Sister Abigail, or, catch him with the mandible claw, or whatever new finisher he has, and win the match. And thus, not only do you get the title, like I said, off Roman, but you still make Roman look strong in defeat. And you keep his momentum going, even though he lost. And the same with Cody. You have him go out on Sunday, have a great wrestling match with Cody, somewhat of a fight, but decent, wrestling match with Cody. And you have Cody not only hit 1, but 6 crossroads to win the match, win the WWE Championship, but at the same time, you keep Roman looking strong, and you keep the momentum behind Roman, even though he's lost. Because you also have to remember this. The reason I say Cody should be hitting him with 6 crossroads when they meet is because if you go back to WrestleMania several years ago, Brock Lesnar, when he defeated Roman, and everybody thought that was going to be the year Roman was going to win, right? Yeah, he beat Brock later on that year at SummerSlam, but everybody thought Mania was going to be the time. But instead, what happened? They built up the fact that Roman kept telling Brock it's going to take more than just 1 F5 or 2 F5s to beat me, right? So what happens? Brock hits 5 F5s to beat Roman. No, and retain the WWE Championship. But guess what? By doing so, even though Roman lost, he still looked strong in defeat. Thus basically saying, hey, Brock is supposed to be this beast. He's supposed to be this unstoppable force and everything. He's supposed to be like a, unbreakable, unbeatable, ultra-powerful Sith Lord or whatever. And yet he has to utilize 5 of his most powerful basically he has to use his, okay, let me rewind here for a second. I'm getting a little tongue-tied. But he has to use 5 of his fatality moves to beat this guy instead of just 1. So if you do the same with Roman and Cody at WrestleMania Sunday, not only do you get the title off Roman and give it to Cody, but you still make Roman look strong in defeat, and you keep the momentum behind him. Like basically saying, yeah, Cody's now champion. He's living out the dream his father, wanted to almost live out or try to live out, but couldn't. And Bray, at the same time, is finally again on top as Universal Champion. But you keep that momentum behind Roman because you have the commentating team on both Monday and Friday, basically play up the fact that, it took 6 crossroads. It took, Bray Wyatt as whoever he portrays himself as at WrestleMania, popping up like nothing hurt him and shocking Roman for them to win their matches. Thus, by having the commentating team bring that up, you're still building Roman up as this force that, basically needs to be taken down by a whole freaking infantry, if you will. A whole freaking infantry, but times 10, if you know what I mean. So, to me, I think, honestly, this is the best scenario they can go with, in my opinion. This is the best scenario they can go with. I think Hunter knows it. I think everybody at WWE knows it. This is the best scenario they got. And I think that, and honestly, I think, I shouldn't say I think, but I honestly believe they're going to be, I honestly believe they're going to do it. I really do. Because if they can't get The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, to come back for his match against Roman, then, what else are you going to do? What else are you going to do, right? And then you might say, well, what about Austin Theory? He has the Money in the Bank briefcase. He's going to be champion. How do you follow through on that? Well, here's the thing. You have Roman attack Cody. Yeah. Or you have Seth, because obviously they want to build Rhodes and Rollins up as some kind of rivalry that's on and off and, and everything. You have Rollins attack Cody. That opens the door for Theory to come out, cash in the day after WrestleMania, and become champion. And then you could build to maybe a triple threat on a, I guess, Saudi Arabia show, Crown Jewel, Elimination Chamber, Super Show, whatever. You build to a triple threat to where you could have Cody win back the title, or you can build up to a special pay-per-view caliber Monday Night Raw, and and have Cody win it back then. I'm just saying. But there's many ways you can go with it, but still accomplish your goals. Still accomplish what was originally planned, or what probably is planned to happen from the get-go. But what do you guys think? What are your thoughts on this? Do you think I'm just pulling strings here, grasping for straws, just coming up with some wild, outlandish ideas? Or do you think maybe there is some truth to this, and that this might be the direction WWE goes in come WrestleMania? Let me know what your thoughts are down below. Comment if you like. Like the video. Super chat, super stickers are open in the live chat during the premiere. Super thanks afterwards. As well as you can check me out at patreon.com/BWRose. That's the $1, $3 tier. Venmo at Brian-Walmer-2. Cash App at BWRoses98. Check me out at my Teespring store. Check me out at Vimeo at BWRoses for content you can't get anywhere else. Also, check me out at BWRoses Discussions on all your favorite audio podcast locations except for, Pandora. And until next time, guys, again, let me know what your thoughts are. How do you feel about all this? Do you think I'm onto something here? Do you think this might be the direction WWE goes in? Because again, it's a win-win-win situation. Bray gets, the champion, gets the Universal title. Cody gets the WWE title. And Roman, in the long run, looks strong even in defeat and keeps the momentum with him, even though he would have lost both matches. And also, if you want to make it a win-win-win-win situation, it also opens the door maybe the following night on Raw, or maybe the following week on Raw, for Rollins to go after Cody, attack him, continue that rivalry, and then by doing so, open the door for Theory to come in and cash in. I'm just saying. But let me know what your thoughts are. And until then, guys, I will talk to you later. I am out. Peace.